welcome to the first of the semi-finals here at Turf Moor as Burnley take on Luton Town, who are having a renaissance. The 1988 winners are back in big time cup semi-final football for the first time since 1989 when they last reached the final. But boy, have they had an up and down few years since they left the top flight track in 1992. They got relegated to the conference. It took them several years to get out, but with the backing of Chairman Nick Owen and the managership of John Still, they are now back in business. They're now chasing promotion back to the Championship. They're in the playoffs at the moment, and now they've got this two-legged semi-final. And as we saw in the last game against Preston, Luton will be buoyed by the fact that the Clarets have struggled against lower league opposition. So if people are tuning into this video today, don't think for 1 minute this is going to be a foregone conclusion tonight, because Luton will battle. They'll make it so difficult for the Clarets and their bunches and our great bunch of stars, and it'll be so difficult. So let's get over to Turf Moor, where we're going to bring you the full night. We're going to bring you the full game, every kick, and we're going to devote and enjoy the game. Whatever it turns out, it's going to be an absolute, hopefully a thriller minute, and hopefully Luton will turn up with their A game as well and make it a real tough night, hopefully, for the Clarets. Enjoy the first leg of Luton against Burnley in the semi-final of the League Cup at Turf Moor. Enjoy. Good evening and welcome to the first semi-final of the League Cup. Manchester City against Nottingham Forest to come tomorrow night for their first leg, but tonight it's Burnley against Luton Town of League One, who are in the playoff spot and are doing fantastically well under the managership of John Still, who's done a fantastic job. But one player that Luton must watch is Danny Ings, who's in good form, along with his strike partner Mario Balotelli. And Burnley have shown the utmost respect to Luton and are playing their strongest possible lineup. John Stussy feels that can win the game. 2 enforced changes, 1 enforced change. Michael Keane comes in for the suspended John Stones, who got a red card against Norwich. In comes Will Hughes, replacing the rested Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who drops to the bench. Now what about Luton Town? In a very good position, maybe looking to get back to the Championship. Williams is the goalkeeper. Now captain Luke Gutteridge is the attacking midfield in behind Josh McLeod. Howells, Doyle, McGeechan and Green the midfield 4. So it's going to be a real tough evening for Burnley at the moment. Josh McCoy is the actual name. The referee today, or tonight rather, is a Premier League referee, Graham Scott. And it's going to be Burnley in the claret and blue, Luton in the orange shirts, dark shorts and white socks. In their first major semi-final since 1989, when they beat West Ham before losing to Nottingham Forest. Prior to that, they won the League Cup a year before that in 1988, beating Arsenal, of course, 3-2. Burnley have reached the semi-finals on 2 or 3 separate occasions before, but have lost out in each and every one, so they'll be looking to reach the final for the very first time. But here's Luke Gutteridge making a good break, and Hughes getting back there for Keane. Delve now for Burnley, on to Redmond. Good play this from the Clarets. Remember, this game is over 2 legs, second leg to come, of course, at Kenilworth Road, as Ings shoots into the side netting. So really it's important that Luton stay in the game from John Still's point of view and keep Burnley at bay for as long as they possibly can. But as John Still had been encouraged when he saw the Clarets in action against Preston in that FA Cup replay a week ago, the way that Preston really took the ball by the horns and really gave... Balotelli thought he had a player free there, but he hadn't. I don't think he realised how good a chance that really was. Here's Doyle though for Luton. Howells. Flag has stayed down here. No, it hasn't. Flag was late coming up there. Just McQuaid. Flagged offside. Probably in Millwall. And has actually had a spell here at Burnley when he was a young lad. So knows how Burnley works as a football club. And he knows the place relatively well. Delph with the shot. And there's murmurs of him going to possibly West Brom or Roma. Burnley have accepted bids from Fabian Delph from those two clubs, so worth around £17 million. McQuaid winning a header. Now Doyle. Smith getting back there, but Gutteridge has won it back, and Josh McCoy now takes possession for Luton Town. Redmond to Hughes. Can't find Balassi. O'Donnell there for Luton. Now McGeechan. And that's a good ball. And Green has got in behind that Burnley defence. And a good cross in there. And Gutteridge came in there, and Heaton got there. And Gutteridge was complaining he was toppled there by goalkeeper Heaton, but the referee Graham Scott wasn't interested. McCoy winning it back, and now referee Scott has blown up. Well, to be fair to Luton, they've really taken the game to the Premier League leaders, who come off the back of a 3-1 defeat here to Norwich on Saturday. Here's McCoy, sprightly striker, and he loves to get a buzz around. McGeehan! Best chance that Luton have created. And if McGeehan had been a bit more composed, he'd have put the League One side a goal up. And it would have been a priceless goal as well, because it's an away goals. But I should tell you that if we did go to extra time at the end of the second leg, away goals would only count double after extra time, which I think is a rather ridiculous rule. And then that did for Burnley really a few years ago when they last reached this semi-final. Galloway with the challenge. Now Balassi. McGeehan now winning the ball back in Doyle. Back to McGeehan again. Gutteridge. And ball in behind Galloway. Green knocking it back. Galloway will get it away. King got the initial challenge in. Balotelli. Oh, that's loose. Straight to McGeehan again. I think Burnley are playing on nerves here tonight. Here's a chance there for Hughes. Burnley will have to be mindful of what happened against Barnet last year. They were a League Two side and they beat them on penalties in the Cup. But here's Danny Ings now with a shot. And is it going in? Yes. Oh, it's gone in there. 1-0 to Burnley. 38 minutes gone. Danny Ings has got to go. He's almost apologetic there in his celebration. And you've got to feel for the poor Luton goalkeeper Williams. As you'll see again on the replay, I thought he made a remarkable save here. Good build up here. Ings trying a shot there from all of 25 yards. Williams didn't really do enough. He was quite unfortunate really, because he made a exceptional attempt at a save on the 6-yard line, but the spin on the ball did for him in the end. And the ball, instead of going over the Burnley crossbar from the keeper's point of view, has spun back underneath the bar and into the back of the Luton net. And Burnley in the front then after 39 minutes of this first leg of this League Cup semi-final. Well, the bookmakers make Burnley and Man City favourites to come through both the semi-finals, because they are facing lower league opposition. Forest, of course, in the Championship. Manchester City's opponents, and Luton, of course, from League One. And Ings showed too much of that to Williams, who doesn't look perturbed by that unfortunate moment for him just a mere 3 moments ago. Oh, Ings has missed his kick. Doyle did enough to put him off. Referee Scott saying that was fine. And here's Doyle now on the ball for Luton Town. Away from Trippier, away from Delph. McGeehan. Galloway back to Heaton. And referee Scott brings the first half to a close, and Luton have done themselves very proud, and maybe unfortunate to be a goal down. Danny Ings' goal right in the last 5 minutes gives Burnley a half-time lead. So here we go then. Welcome back to the second half here at Turf Moor. Luton Town trailing by a goal to nil. Danny Ings' goal 5 minutes from the break separates these two sides. One near the top of League One, one right at the summit of the Premier League. Here's Yanni Balassi now for Burnley, trying a long range shot, and it's wide of Williams' goal. There's Danny Ings, and his goal separates the sides. McCoy winning that one and getting it back from McGeehan. McCoy still running there for Luton, and a ball in behind, and a chance here now, and a good cross there by Green, turned away by Tommy Smith into the side netting for a Luton corner. And Ollie Lee is going to replace Luke Goderidge. John Still deciding that Ollie Lee may be the man to unlock the Clarets defence. So he's on the field. Here's the corner for Luton, and O'Donnell with a header. Three-header one, but too high over the crossbar and into the 4,000 Hatters fans who descended up from Bedfordshire into Lancashire tonight. Galloway. Keane. 10 minutes gone in the second half here at Turf Moor in the first leg of the Capital One semi-final. Here's Brendan Galloway, only one goal to his credit this season. Well, I don't think he was going to score with that shot, to be quite honest. I don't think his second was coming anytime soon. The way he hit that one, it was very tame. And Luton on the attack straight away with Howells. They're giving it a good go here, the League One side. All credit to them. Smith's header back, and easy for Tom Heaton. Yanni Balassi. They've kept Balotelli quiet. He's got Redmond away though on the far side here. And Ings and Balotelli waiting a second at centre. That's bypassed Balotelli. That was lucky for Ings in the end. Delph. And Hughes. Well, they're getting chances here. Will Hughes, the latest one. This is the goal. And how unlucky is goalkeeper Williams here. He thought he tipped it over. Don't know what that replay was all about there. We didn't even see the replay of the goal. We were supposed to see. Our director, don't know what mind he was in at the moment. Here's Ollie Lee. Good ball, and Green's in behind again. Danger here for Burnley. He had the chance to pull the trigger back for the cross if he had, and in the end he went for an audacious shot at attempt at the near post, and in the end he got it badly wrong and it hit the side netting. Well, Tom Heaton hasn't really been extended, but you can't really say that Luton have done too badly, because they haven't really. Balotelli. O'Brien with the flick away. Balotelli winning the header. Ings will win the next one. Lovely back heel there to Balotelli. A chance here for the Italian. Oh, good save by Williams. But he's not let anyone down in that Luton goal tonight, Williams. Despite the unfortunate nature of the only goal of the game, he's performed very admirably there, the Luton keeper. That's a very good save. Peli Radampanzu comes on to replace Nathan Doyle, the former Coventry man, with a quarter of an hour to go. Balotelli with the corner. Lee winning the header there, and it comes out here to Balotelli. Goes for glory. O'Brien blocks it. Griffiths and O'Brien can get it away here. McGeehan to Green. Second leg in a week's time at Kenilworth Road. It's a bad challenge there by Redmond. Referee Scott going over. That should be a booking. Was a bad challenge down on the near side, and the Clarets in the last couple of games have had red card problems. Prior to tonight, 2 red cards in 2 games. The red cards against Preston and Norwich. 1 for Michael Keane. To be fair though, I'm not sure the decision should have been given. He was off the field when he challenged him, so the ball had actually gone dead. So I think Graham Scott was quick off the mark, maybe too quick. But here come the Luton free kick. Hall was right in there. I think it was Hall who got the header in. Indeed it was. But not troubling the scorers on that particular occasion. He's just come on for Howells. So John Stoll using his 3 substitutes now. As Balotelli goes through, Williams retreats back on the line and he's beaten by an absolute special. It's 2-0 to Burnley. It is tough on Luton. They have not disgraced themselves tonight, but the extra bit of class up front from Burnley has done for Luton again. Poor Williams chipped again. And don't think any goalkeeper in the world would have stopped this one. He's hit it superbly. A lot of dip, a lot of bend. But 10 out of 10 for spotting Williams off his line. But not even a world-class goalkeeper would have saved that. And Burnley have daylight between themselves and Luton Town. And dare I say it, even with 1 leg to go, have 1 foot at Wembley. But Luton will say it's all to play for, and if they take that sort of attitude into the second leg at Kenilworth Road, well, we don't know what will happen. And the Clarets are 2 up. Here's Hall. Galloway winning the header, King getting in the way. 5 minutes at the end of the first leg. Ings and Balotelli, the goal scorers. And here's Balotelli now looking to make it 3-0. Good save by Williams. Well, it could have been a cricket score tonight, but for the goalkeeper. Incidentally, that goal from Balotelli was his 4th in the competition this season. Some crucial winning goals in previous rounds, not to mention the Leicester game where he scrambled in from a yard out from a corner. Redmond with the corner, Williams going out there, Delph with a shot back in, but it's straight into the arms of Williams. I think that will be that. So it's going to end 2-0 here to Burnley. But Luton are far from disgrace themselves as Balotelli gets the shot in, well blocked by Wilkinson. Referee Scott brings the first leg to a close, so it's Burnley are well in the driving seat, in the boss seat in this first semi-final. They've beaten Luton, a brave Luton Town side, 2-0 tonight in the first leg. Goals from Balotelli in the second half, and Ings before that right at the end of the first have given Burnley a very comfortable advantage to take to Kenilworth Road in 1 week's time. Luton can be proud of their efforts, and maybe we're tad unfortunate to lose, but Burnley's extra class, certainly in the final third, told, and that was probably the difference in the whole story tonight. Final score here in the first leg, Burnley 2, Luton 0. Well, it's a fantastic result for Burnley. Well, it's not a fantastic result, it's a job done for Burnley. Meanwhile, we've got Barcelona are preparing to pay silly amounts of money. I'm rejecting the offer from Barcelona. They're not having Balotelli, not by any stretch of the imagination. Schalke. There we are, making the counter offer is 17 million, and I'm not having it any other way. There we go. We're trying to offer big deals as well, so it's tough. But John Stones is available for selection. That is one thing I can tell you. It is tough. It is tough at the moment, just to try and get the players. Transfer talks have broken down, so he's not relocating when they couldn't agree on wages. Josh Ginley, Lionel Messi. I know he loves Barcelona, but This is important. We want to get Lionel Messi. This is important. You don't get a 95 rated player. 380 grand's worth of wage. You'd be a fool to turn this down. I'm so desperate to get Lionel Messi in. It's just unbelievable. John Stones returns. He replaces Tommy Smith. We'll go with the same team for the Shrewsbury game. Might change it a bit. I don't know yet. But you'll find out in the next episode for sure. But one thing I can say to you is that Luton performed magnificently on the night and probably deserved a bit more than what they got really. I don't understand these players' mentalities. Well, we'll try one more. Have one more shot at Gundogan, and if he doesn't want to move, he doesn't want to move. It really feels like a problem to me right now. It feels like I'm hitting a brick wall with certain people at the moment, and it's, you know, £2 million more. I think is fair in dues. I want to get as much as I can for the guy. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. We've got an FA Cup match to play against Shrewsbury, and just so you know what happened in the other game, I better tell you what happened in the other semi before we leave you. Manchester City won at the City ground, so the games will be played next week, but we've got obviously the FA Cup against Shrewsbury coming up, so you'll be able to see that game as well in the next episode at Turf Moor, in more or less highlights mode, and then obviously we'll keep an eye on the transfer situation as well. Well, thank you very much indeed for watching this first leg. Burnley go into the second leg next week at Kenilworth Road. 2 goals up. We'll see you on Saturday for the FA Cup. Take care. Ta-ra now.